guys, first before I show you what I ate yesterday, I wanted to make sure that I apologize because I said I was going to put the links down below for Barrett Pastor and FrekifitWolf. And FrekifitWolf, that's Robbie, he has a Facebook page where I got the purple plan to print out, and I forgot to do it. I don't know, I got distracted from my kids and I didn't do it, but I fixed it now on there, and I will also include them down below here. So go check them out, they're amazing, and they will give you lots and lots of support. All right, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so for lunch, I am going to have some of this brown rice pasta. I'm just going to kind of eye it here. Just going to cook that up, and then I want to add some, I want to make like a pasta primavera. So I'm just going to quickly spray the pan into the pan, and then put in some carrots and onions. I didn't have any celery, but I did have corn and what else? Oh, green onions and zucchini. And so I'm going to saute that around a little bit and let it get really tender. And then I rinsed some white beans, great northern beans, and I'm going to end up adding that into here as well. But first I'm going to add some spices. I'm going to have like a quarter teaspoon of garlic salt. And then I have this za'atar. It's like a Mediterranean blend that goes on pitas, but it adds a nice little flavoring to the dish. So I just put in about a teaspoon of that, and it actually added a little something nice. It's not too strong. Okay, now my rinsed great northern beans, and I'm just going to warm them up. So I just want to warm them. If I overcook them, it dries them out, they split, and then they end up sticking. So that's not what I want. Also, let's see, now it's time to add the pasta. I've drained it and rinsed it, and I add it in, and I'm going to need some kind of a little sauce to this. This with a little salt might be good, but it's kind of plain, and I kind of wanted to share it with my kids because it actually made a lot. So I found this Campbell's sweet potato soup. It doesn't have any dairy in this, and I got it to try it, and I know I could make my own, but it didn't seem like such a bad thing. There's 2 servings in each can, and so there's 70 calories each. And the ingredients didn't look like they were, too far off of real food. So I'm going to give you a shot of that in case you want to read them. And so I'm just going to open that up, and then I'm going to add that in. Actually, I'm going to warm it up first. I'm going to warm it, and then I added a little bit of parsley to that in the pan. So now I added that when it was all warmed up. And to tell you the truth, it really made like a nice little pasta sauce. It was lightly sweet, and it was just really, really super tasty. So now it's dinner time, and we have to make a really quick little chili. So I've got a couple of just plain chili. These are like 110 calories, I think, per each 1/2 cup serving. One of them's 130 and one's 110. And believe it or not, the one that's 110 actually has sugar added, and the other one doesn't. So the 130 doesn't, which is funny, but anyway. Okay, a little bit of rotel, some tomato sauce, and then kidney beans and black beans. Those 2 are going to get rinsed and then added into the pan with my defrosted corn. And then while that's cooking, I'm just going to throw together, I've got a pre-cooked chicken here I had to pick up. I'm going to take some of the breast, some corn tortillas, some of this reduced fat Mexican style cheese, and then a couple of cans of enchilada sauce that are really low points. So what I'm going to do is just spray the pan lightly, and then let's flip on back over the chili. So I added all of that into this pan. This is what it looks like. I just wanted to show you. It is creamy. It does have a lot of juice that kind of like comes out with it, and it's kind of soupy but not too much. It's kind of like like a chili. It's really good. And I ended up adding some spices too, so you can kind of like make it as spicy as you want. So let's flip on back here. I've got my corn tortillas down on the bottom, some of the sauce. I'm going to put in some of the cooked chicken breast on top. I'm going to add a little bit of the cheese and then put about 4 more tortillas on top, more sauce, and a little bit of cheese. Okay, back to the chili. I added some salt with some parsley. I added onion powder, a little garlic powder. Oh, red pepper, smoked red pepper. Really, really good stuff. And some chili powder, of course. Smoked paprika, that's what I was looking to say. That stuff is really good. So if you don't have smoked paprika, I would say go out and get some just to have some for times like this, because it really adds a whole other dimension to what you're making. All right, so here's my dinner. I did have a little tiny bit of the tortilla, but the chili was absolutely awesome. And I found this light Olive Garden Italian dressing. It's 2 tablespoons for 1 point, so that was a good find there. All right, you're in the schoolroom right now with me. There's good lighting, that's why you're here in this area. But anyway, so the enchilada thing that I made really wasn't worth making, and I'm not going to make it again. It tasted kind of tinny, and I think that was because of the enchilada sauce. It just tasted a little canny to me, and it wasn't very good. But I only had like an ounce of it anyway. I didn't really eat it. I actually split a baked potato with my husband, and then I poured it's like a half a cup of the bean mixture up on top of that, and then I had the salad, and that was enough for me for the night. I was prepared to have more beans if I wanted, but I got full and it just shut down, so my appetite shut down, so I said, okay, fine, that's it, I'm done for now. But anyway, I noticed in looking over my video that I had a lot of beans yesterday. I know somebody's going to notice that, but and it's been a long time coming. I haven't always been able to have that amount of beans. I've always had to be taking an enzyme to help digest them to avoid discomfort. And now I've noticed that my bacteria in my gut has changed and altered in order to help break down beans easier, and it's much less distressing for me to break them down. So they say if you are introducing more beans, to do it slowly if you're not used to it, and that's like 1 to 2 tablespoons even per day until your system, and it could take a couple months until your system gets used to it and produces the right bacteria to break it down. So anyway, but I do suggest if you're going to do that to find a good enzyme like a Beano or something like that that's going to really help you break that down. And it's helped us immensely. All right, so very quickly, I just wanted to talk about the Purple plan subject. There's a few people who are a little bit nervous about all of the carbs on the Purple plan, and they're all good carbs. I've looked them over. They look amazing. This is one reason why I'm so excited about it. They're resistant starch, fiber rich, whole grains. You know, I mean, this fiber is it's going to bind to your fat and escort it out of your system. The resistant starch is not going to get absorbed in your body. This is all good stuff. But I think in the current health food climate, you know, the whole trend is that there's a lot of anxiety about carbs, and people are kind of afraid of them and what they're going to do. And I really want to caution you not to give in to that anxiety and to just really relax and remember it's really about caloric density, and not all carbs or calories are the same. It's about what you're eating. And I really feel like they've done a good thing here with the Purple plan and putting it together. I feel like 16, you know, a lot of people say, 16 points a day is not enough. It just doesn't seem like a whole lot. No, it doesn't, because, but you have a ton of food. You know, I really feel like, even though they don't want you to just survive on the 0 point foods, And I don't think that you can, because you do need a certain amount of good fats in your diet for balanced hormones and a lot of other things. But I think that you could mostly survive off of that list of foods. And so I'm really excited about it. But, you know, it just, caloric density, it has a lot to do with that. And I think that 16 points a day is going to keep you at anywhere from 5 to 10% total fat for the day and your calories, which is a very good thing. And I think that you just, you know, if you're going to follow it, you're going to lose weight. You are, and you're going to be healthier because you're having less inflammatory foods and you're having more foods that are going to bring down the inflammation in your body anyway. And that's a very good thing as well. So I don't know, I just want to caution you not to be worried about it. You know, it's just not the same thing at all. You have a sweet potato and 0-point chili on one side for under 300 calories, and then you have maybe, you know, maybe a sandwich or a hamburger on the other side, chicken sandwich or a hamburger, or maybe a bag of chips and some French fries with that, and you're looking at maybe, you know, about 500 calories or more if it's a hamburger. And it's not the same thing. You have to look at what it is that you're having and how your body's going to break it down. Is it high in trans fat? Is it high in saturated fat? Is it high in sugars? Is it an inflammatory food? Is it another thing that your body's going to have to deal with before it even gets around to trying to lose weight, right? And so these things are not the same things, and I think they did a really good job about putting good carbs on that list. And so just remember, you know, when I go, I mean, I've been following the Purple Plan without being on the Purple Plan for the last 7 weeks, and I'm just losing weight consistently, and I feel great. And I mean, it's just my inflammation is down everywhere. It's amazing what's happening, and I hope that my cholesterol is going to be reflected in that. Hubby's and my cholesterol probably won't get the results back until next week, and I promise you that we will share that with you guys as soon as we get those back. But anyway, I just want to encourage you, and if you are anxious at all about the carbs, please let me know below. Let's talk about this, because I don't want that to you know, sway you from doing the Purple Plan if that is your only concern. It's an amazing offering that they're doing and putting this part of the plan together. And I'm sure that, you know, the greens and the blues, and those are all great plans too. But for some reason, I'm super happy that they are offering this purple portion of it. So it looks wonderful to me. So anyway, let's talk more about that. I will see you in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.